Is Palawan worth it in 2025? Palawan was quickly becoming the go-to adventure and nature tourism in the Philippines. From its astonishing landscapes, beautiful lagoons and lakes, and some of the clearest waters on the face of the planet, it's easy to see why so many people would want to see such a beautiful place, and why so many people would like to capitalize on it. We first landed in Coron, one of the many islands in Palawan. I would describe Coron as more adventure and outdoor-oriented compared to other islands like El Nido, which has more hospitality and entertainment. But upon landing, you are greeted with the first scam. I say this because I'm not really sure if it was intentional or if it was simply a mistake on their end. Nevertheless, we paid an environmental fee, which I'm fine with paying. Although these days with all the political issues happening right now, I do question where these fees are actually going. But they also communicated to us that we don't need to pay any additional environmental fees after paying this one. This was a lie. After arriving at our hotel, we also booked an island hopping tour, which included an environmental fee that we could not waiver because it was part of the package. It is what it is. We came here to island hop and additional environmental fees weren't going to stop us from doing that. The next day, we went out to island hop. Initiate the second scam. The tour guide gave a summary about what activities we would be doing and that some of the activities would only be accessible via a canoe, an extra fee that was not included in the original price, yet was almost the same price as the tour itself, which they claimed you can only rent before the island hopping began. We decided not to rent the canoe, but they insisted and implied that the island hopping would be a wasteful experience if we did not rent it, and the offer to rent a canoe will not be accessible again during the trip. However, after some people had already rented it, he then let the others know that he will take extra canoes just in case we change our mind. We knew this was super sus and we never rented it, and for the record, the experience was still amazing without the canoes. The next day, we took a boat to go from Coron to El Nido. This wasn't a scam, but it was still shocking to see the price increase to double what it was the last time we were here in 2017. The price increase didn't really feel justified. The aircon barely worked, the Wi-Fi didn't work, and the boat was full of the smell of diesel, which in an enclosed boat was making it hard to breathe. Upon arriving at El Nido, the landscape is still just as stunning as I remember it. Towering mountains and a very beautiful beach. In terms of the growth of business and infrastructure, it is better than Coron. However, it is kind of giving early Boracay vibes with restaurants, clubs, and resorts lining up the beach, and the beach also being filled with lots of boats and bangkas. In my opinion, it takes away from its beauty, and I do think at least some of the buildings along the beach are illegal. We didn't do much here because I think exhaustion was finally coming onto us after traveling constantly for a month and a half, so I will say this. El Nido was a pretty good place to recover. The hotels were nice, there's a lot of food options with variety. You could definitely come to El Nido, not do any of the adventure activities, and still enjoy yourself. I don't think I could say the same thing about Coron though. In summary, a lot of the criticisms I had with Boracay does apply here. High prices and loss of local beauty for more touristy experiences, with now the addition of borderline scams. If you enjoyed Boracay, then El Nido might be a place you may like. If you're looking for more adventure, you may like Coron. But be aware about scam tactics and hidden fees, and don't be afraid to negotiate. Our trip is coming to a close, but I still have more content coming your way soon, so please subscribe and follow to stay tuned.